Good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the DSL or Supermain Studios, bringing you round 6 of the DSL League. Let me just notify the everybody that we are now live, and we will be bringing you some absolutely fantastic action from the DSL League as always. Hope everyone's doing very, very well. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button wherever you are watching in the world. We should have a fantastic evening of racing for all of you anyway. Sorry, I was just trying to sort my screens out. James Cotton, James Mason, how are we doing, guys? Hope you're doing very, very well. As I say, we're just gonna let everybody get themselves sorted, and I will give you a bit of a rundown of where we are at. This is we are bringing you live with the alternative camera view, because it's easier for me to do this stream this way round. I hope you're all doing very, very well, guys. Can somebody confirm that the Facebook stream is up and running as well for me? Would be much appreciated. I think it is, but we just want to double check that we are. I think it's all up and running live. So, round 6. We are at the Suzuka International Racing Course in the town of Suzuka, Sakito. It's a 5.807 kilometre circuit of us British people, 3.608 miles long. It's a tricky little track, this one. It'll be interesting. I bet it rains as well. I've not had no weather forecast sent out to us as of yet, but I'm sure it will be notified shortly. Notified to us shortly. This circuit is the home of Honda as well, so you might like to know that is the home of Honda. It has 18 bends, a variation of high and low speed corners. It's got the iconic figure of 8 bridge type circuit. I do love this circuit. I remember it as a kid, and it is always a great circuit to race. Been in Formula One for quite a few years now, from what I can remember. Must be the early 80s. It's had the the early 80s from 1987 to 2006, 2009 to 2019. Obviously there was no during the COVID period, and then 2022 was the first one. But it was great to be back in Japan for the real Formula One. So let's get you up to date with your current tables and all that sort of good stuff, and let you know where we are with the tables. Evening Snacks, how you doing, buddy? James Cotton, hope you're doing well. Michael Allen, everything's good, thank you very much. James, thanks very much. Good old 130R, definitely, mate. Amazing corner. It is a great circuit. I totally agree with you guys. So let's get you up to date with your driver standings as we are right now in the drivers constructors championship. We'll start with that one as we do. So we have Red Bull with 68 points, Ferrari with 46 points, Alpine with 45 points. P4 we have 36 points, McLaren. P5 is Haas with 27 points. P6 is 25 points with Aston Martin. Sorry, I just read that completely the wrong way around. P7 is Alfa Romeo with 16 points. P8 is AlphaTauri with 14 points. P9 Williams with 6 points. P10 Mercedes with 4 points. Mercedes started off strong, as they did in the real season. It's going to be an interesting race, this one. Let me get you your driver's standings as it stands. The Drivers' Championship as it stands after round 5 is James Mason leading the way with 33 points. Abzi in the Red Bull is second with 30 points. Exotic Plains, now a reserve driver with 29 points. Fourth is Snacks with 20 points. Fifth, the Aston Martin and the host of this league, DSL Senna, on 18 points. Sixth is the Haas driver Dick Van Dien on 18 points. Seventh, Mitchie on 16 points. Eighth, Ryan Wooten, another reserve, on 15 points. Ninth, F1 Ryan on 14 points. 10th, the Ferrari driver of AJ on 13 points. 11th, Joe Reed, on the Red Bull driver, on 9 points. I was going to say 89 points. He's got an 89 at the end of his name. 12th is Hansen on 9 points. 13th, Risky Andy, reserve driver, on 7 points. 14th, Silver Hedgehog, reserve driver, on 7 points. 15th, Storm Twister, reserve driver, on 6 points. UK Ian, new to the league, on 6 points. DSL Lager 2010, a reserve driver, on 6 points. 18th, the Williams driver of Reading FC, 5 points. Wilco, 4 points. 20th, Fatal Shots, the Alpine driver, on 4 points. Doc Strange, the Alfa Romeo driver, 3 points. Sterling on 2 points, the Mercedes driver, and Sir Smokes also on 2 points, the other Mercedes driver. VXR, the Alfa Romeo driver, on 2 points. Max Turbo, 0 points. AFC Dragons, 0 points. Fudge, 0 points. Daft Guy, 0 points. And King Yo, 0 points. That's your 29 drivers for the grid. I'm not sure who we are waiting for this week, and who's going to be missing or who's in this week. But hopefully we have a great race at Japan. We've got a full qualifying session coming your way, so just bear with us, guys, and we will be up and running shortly in this league. Let us know how you think you're. Let us know how you think these guys are gonna do. Who's gonna be up the top? Where you're gonna be, guys? Let us know if you've been practicing, and let me know how you're gonna get on. Evening, Ben. How you doing, dude? Hope you're doing well. It should be a good race. All drivers are sorted. Thank you very much, Senna. Good to hear. I'm very well, mate. I'm very, very good. So we have got some racing that coming your way very, very shortly. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it to your friends. Let's get some good racing in tonight. Hopefully we don't have a multiple safety cars. I think we've updated the rules, I believe. Let me just check. I think there was a rule change with regards to safety cars. If not, if I cannot find it, please let us know. I think I'm sure there was a rule change with regards to safety cars. Not too sure. I'm sure someone will notify me if there is. So it looks like we're going to be underway anytime shortly. We're just waiting for a few more to sort themselves out, and then we'll be underway, guys. So just bear with us. So we'll give you a rough estimate of lap times. Probably in qualifying, anything between a 120. I think you'll be having the 128s if we can. Race pace is roughly going to be around a 132, probably. I'm sure that was the pace that was set. As I say, we've got 18 tricky corners to get around. The iconic S curves being one of my favourites. You've got the old spoon curve as well, very tricky corner, generally a 4th/5th gear corner. We'll jump on board with someone. We'll give you a lap of the circuit as well. Lots of undulations, lots of different ways to get around the circuit, so it should be fun. Looking forward to having you on board with us tonight. Right, there we go. One short of a full grid. Ah, man. So we're missing one driver. That's a shame. So here we go. Q1. Always the one that no one ever wants to get kicked out of. We have a couple of hours of racing coming your way. Just waiting for a couple of people to sort themselves out. Shouldn't be an issue. Then we should be underway, guys. Hopefully we have no issues with the EA servers. I don't think we will, but you never know. You know what it's like. These sometimes very temperamental servers can be quite an issue. So here we are. We have well, it looks like an overcast session. Not going to be like last week with the little bit of rain that we see at the beginning of the early stages of the qualifying session. So we should have a fairly decent quali coming your way. Making his way onto the grid. It looks to be who's that? Is that UK Ian? We'll stick on board with UK Ian. We'll get all the UI up for everybody to see what he's doing. We'll keep the track map up as well. Looks like we're going to have everybody coming out on soft tyres. Rain in the race. Oh, we could have a tricky one. Rain in the race. Daniel, how you doing, buddy? Thank you, James. If anybody in the game can keep us updated with the weather, would be much appreciated. Obviously, I haven't got that detail to hand. I can only see what you can see on the screen, guys. I can look out my window, but it'll just tell me it's freezing cold. So on board with UK Ian. We'll stick on board with him for this for his first lap of the qualifying session. I say hopefully we do not have any issues with safety cars through the race, but we'll see what happens. UK Ian got his first points last week after a fairly disappointing retirement for him. Oh, apologies. Didn't want to do that in the previous race. Just bear with me a sec, guys. Just wanted to make sure I could see that screen there. So here we go. UK Ian coming into his first flying lap of the of Q1 session. We have 15 minutes to go. Looks like in front of him we have a an Alfa Romeo. Hopefully doesn't hold him up. We go round turn 1 into the S-curves. Keeping it nice and tight. And into Dunlop. Around the fast left-hander. We'll just get rid of it while we're on board. into the right hander. Got to mind the curb on the left hand side. You can sometimes spin on that curve and straight into that wall on the right. Keeps it nice and tight into the hairpin. Good acceleration out of the hairpin down towards. This is the Dunlop curb. I told you wrong, I think. Oh, I think he's been held up here, unfortunately, by the Alfa Romeo. Went a little bit wide there. Purple sector 1 and 2 for Ian. Obviously the track will bed itself into the chicane. The Alfa Romeo is still there. Who's that Alfa Romeo? We'll find out who that Alfa Romeo is. A 132 for UK, Ian. Doc Strange being the Alfa Romeo. I think that was the Alfa Romeo. Senna comes in with a 131. Let's jump through and see who we've got coming through on the line now. We've got Dick Van Dien comes through with a 132. This is roughly around the race pace we expect to see during the race. Let's change the camera as well. So we also have, looks like, is that, no, that's not Ian on a fast lap. Looks like we've got the other Mercedes there, McLaren there, should I say, of IRL Snacks. Let's keep an eye on him for the moment. Out on the hard tyres as well. Always interesting to see. And we'll see where he's going to put himself on the hard tyres. Gives himself an idea of race pace. Also scrubs in them hard tyres for the race, which is always quite handy. Sometimes better to use these tyres if you can get through Q1 on them. Sometimes very difficult too, though, depending on the pace of the field. So Snacks comes across the line with a 133, putting him at 6th place. As the session that goes on, it is bound to get a lot quicker. But Snacks may go again with another lap. So we'll see what he's going to do. We'll stick on board with him, because watching Snacks over the past few weeks, he generally puts in a pace lap and then goes full out. So you can see now he's using his ERS. He gets some tyres warmed up, and then he starts to use his ERS on the second lap. So he does a lap without using all the curb down towards the hairpin. Nice and tidy from Snacks. Well controlled acceleration out the corner. Let's see what he does. We've had Risky Andy while we're watching on a 132 on a set of mediums. Ryan Woodson has also used a set of mediums as well. James Mason also using a set of mediums for some early pace laps. Different tactic to what we see at Zandvoort last week. As Snacks comes across the line and does a 131.471, potentially will be enough to get him through to a Q1, or through Q2, sorry, should I say. Let's see who we've got else on the who else we got on the track coming into the pits. Looks like we've got Ryan Woodson also coming into the pits. We've got a, is that a Williams or Red Bull of Joe Reed? Just done a 132.06. Got an Alpine just out of the way. So as it stands, 10 minutes or 5 minutes into Q1, Snacks leads away with a 131, followed by DSL Senna, Joe Reed, Risky Andy, Dick Van Dien, Ryan Woodson, James Mason, UK in, AJ Sterling, Sir Smokes, the two Mercedes up in 10th and 11th for the minute. Silver Hedgehog, Turbo, Doc Strange, and Slater. But we've also got 4 drivers that have not run yet. So let's wait and see if these drivers, when these drivers come out. I think they're probably waiting for a little bit of time for the track to bed in. Are we going to have everybody out on the track as AJ comes across the line? 148. It must be the out lap. So we'll stick with AJ. I think he's now on a fast lap. Round turn 1. Lovely corner to go around into the S's. 5th gear. Controlling that throttle speed through the corner. Through the corners. There is only one DRS zone on this track as well. And that is on the start-finish straight. So it will be interesting to see the strategy these guys use. You can get a good slipstream down towards the final turns. So we will see as the night goes on what happens there. Got some good overtaking opportunities into that hairpin. As AJ comes round using the curb on the exit. Down towards the 130R. Around the chicane. I love the camera angle, just decides it's not going to change. And into the pits for AJ. Have we got anybody on a actual lap? DSL Senna is on an out lap. Currently sitting second in the table. BBC getting trolled. Interesting. News coming in about the BBC. So we have UK, or say DSL Senna on his out lap. And away we go. Let's stick on board with Senna for his lap. Let's go on board with him to watch what he's going to do. Nice and tidy through turn 1. Down into the 5th gear through the S's. Looks like someone's been off the track there. A bit of a dirty line appeared on the track. Looking very overcast. Into the tricky right-hander. Not using that green bit of, say, AstroTurf on the left. Can cause you to spin quite easily. Into turn 2 and Senna hits the wall. Unlucky. Track looks very greasy. Has he got damage? He's got a little bit of wing damage, so Senna will be going into the pits. Is this Joe Reed coming across the line for a fast lap? Let's keep an eye on him. Again on a set of, looks like he's on a set of medium tyres. On a set of medium tyres, Joe Reed. 5 minutes left. We've got, so at the moment, Doc Strange, Slater, Arsenal Dragons and VXR all at risk of being eliminated from this session. Says right at the start, so it could be fake rain. Could be fake rain. Okay, so we're getting told it could be fake rain coming in. Let's keep our eyes on Joe Reed, the one on the podium last week at Zandvoort. keep an eye on him, see what he could do. Really think this is going to be a he's up there for the contender or in contention for this race. We know that Snacks is also a very strong racer. We've got a few probably in contention for this one. So Joe Reed comes across the line, stays in third place. Not a bad lap though on a set of medium tyres. 4 minutes to go, and at the moment we've got a fairly big gap across the field. So I'm expecting the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th drivers to sort of close that 2-second gap from within to about a second, I'd imagine. So we'll see how that pans out. So let's go around the field and just see what else we've got going on. So we've got Abzi also out on track, currently sitting 4th place. Looks like he could be on a flying lap as Abzi spins going just under the bridge. As I said, a very tricky turning to negotiate. He's just staying out of the way. We'll leave Abzi to it. Dick Van Deen, is he on an out lap? Looks like he's on a fast lap. Let's keep an eye on him. We'll go then down to the people just sitting outside of the elimination zone, or sitting in the elimination zone, should I say. We'll see how they go. So Dick Van Deen doing a purple sector actually in sector 2, coming down to the chicane. The line must be starting to rubber in as he comes round the final bend into the start finish, and Dick Van Deen goes 3rd on the grid. Let's go down towards the guys at the lower end of the field. We've got a spinner there in turbo. That looks like it's... no, how you doing, Lager? Hope you well. Going for the 129s. So let's go down to these guys here. Doc Strange looks like he's on a flying lap. Round the fast left-hander. Again, has had a purple sector 2 for him, so track is starting to bed in nice. Used both curves around the chicane, across the line, puts himself in 9th, so he's currently in the top 15. Let's go down to Your Lamb. Looks like he's going to be coming across the line any moment now. See what he does. We've got 1 minute 21 left of the session. He stays in 16th. Slater currently sitting in the pits. Looks like he's not going to be coming out again. So Arsenal Dragons is a second faster than his previous time. As he comes round to the hairpin, dives in second gear, brings himself out. Flat out down towards the spoon. Not sure why they call it a spoon, because it's not really a spoon shape, that corner. Yeah, I'm very well, mate. So Arsenal Dragons coming down around the fast left-hander into this chicane, brakes hard, uses all the road, comes across the line. Is he going to come across the line in 1:34? Improves his time but stays 19th. Have we got anybody else out on the track? Your Lamb. I'll stick on board with him. Is he going quicker than what he was? Brakes hard, turns into the chicane. On the power. Will he come across the line and better his time? Unfortunately, he doesn't. VXR, let's keep an eye on him. Or has he come across the line? No, he hasn't. He's looks like he's cruising in, actually. So I think, unfortunately, that is we are going to lose VXR, Your Lamb, Slater and Arsenal Dragons. They are going to be the guys that we are going to lose. It should be a tasty night, Largo. Indeed, should be a good one. Looking forward to it, if I'm honest. So that is the end of Q1. Let's give you a roundup of that. Apologies, guys. So, quick roundup of the top 10, top 15. We've got Snacks, Senna, Dick Van Deen, Joe Reed, Absy, Risky Andy, Ryan Woodson, James Mason, Smoke, Silver Hedgehog, Doc Strange, UK Ian, AJ, Sterling, and Turbo all through to Q2. Unfortunately, we have lost VXR, Your Lamb, UK Slater, and Arsenal Dragons. Snacks has been rather crafty and used a set of hards all session, so he is through quite easily. Yeah, it's going to be a low. It's a low, definitely a low, difficult track. Lots of low traction areas. Should be interesting. Looking forward to this race, indeed. So there we have it. There is your table. Let's go through and let's see what we have got with regards to tyres. We've got some hards used. We've got lots of mediums, some softs. Decent amount of so Joe Reed has used a set of softs and mediums. Dick Van Deen, 2 sets of softs. So Smokes, soft, medium, soft. Silver Hedgehog, medium, soft. Doc Strange, soft, mediums. Medium, soft for VXR. So, and then soft for Arsenal Dragons. So, a few of the guys not actually using all their tyres. Hopefully everyone has a good race. Nice. I hope you're well, Brendan. Thank you for popping by and saying hello. So Q2, and the cloud is still hanging around. As I say, could it be a bit of fake rain or could it be actual rain coming our way? I do not know. We have 14 minutes. 15 minutes of Q2. And it looks like we have the Haas of Dick Van Deen coming out onto the track. So we'll keep our eye on Dick Van Deen. Impressive Q1 for him. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. Oh, apologies. As we have also out on their outlaps as well, we've got UK Ian Silver Hedgehog, Sterling in one of the Mercedes, Ryan Woodson and AJ also out on outlaps. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on out on track. Dick Van Dien will be the benchmark for the first lap, and we'll see what he can do. It'd be nice if EA gave you things like track temperature and all that sort of stuff. Some interesting stats for us all to digest. Unfortunately, we don't. We could make it up and see what it says. So here we go. Dick Van Dien on his first lap of Q2. Let's keep an eye on this guy and see what he's playing. A little bit of oversteer there coming out of the left-hander, managing that throttle pedal as he comes round the quick left-hander into what is a fast right-hander. Try and stay off the green AstroTurf, and again there dropped to fourth off that green AstroTurf as well. Don't want to hit that. Then up the gears, then drop down to second, third gear, push out of that corner full speed down towards Spoon Curve. This is where you can make time up on your lap if you get this area of the track right. Stay off that green AstroTurf again, as your back wheels will spin you. We have this to look forward to Singapore, so we do, mate, unfortunately. So into the chicane, Dick Van Dien will be the benchmark. It looks like we have got a car just behind Dick Van Dien. It's a Ferrari. It could be James Mason just coming through on his outlap. It is. So let's stick with James as we have UK Ian come across the line in the 1:31.8. So takes the provisional pole for this session. So James Mason, driver of the week last week at Zandvoort, started at the back of the grid. I'm sure he wouldn't want a repeat of that this week. Let's see what lap time he put us in, as we've got Joe Reed just going across the line with a 1:31.5. So the track is ramping up and the pace is getting faster. Let's keep an eye on James Mason. He did have a purple sector 1, I think, as we went round earlier. So we'll see what he's going to do. He's got a Williams just in front of him. Hopefully that Williams doesn't slow him up. Williams dives off the track. I'm not sure who that was at the time. Hopefully it didn't cost James too much time, as James crossed the line in a 1:31.7. I think he lost a couple of tenths of a second there, unfortunately, because of the Williams of, it looked like Turbo. Who else we got out on laps at the moment? Is that Snacks? Oh, he's got Snacks out on track. So again, he is on a set of mediums, so he's working his way down to the soft tyres. Let's keep an eye on him. Antonio, hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. So IRL Snacks as he comes down to Spoon Curve. This looks like his second of 2 laps. Usually does one warm-up lap, then he does a second fast lap on the alternative compound. Always good to see. Has done the fastest sector 2 as it stands, he's hoping to go for the 129s. Comes round the chicane, use both the curbs, keeps it tight to the right hand side of the track, crosses the line, and takes provisional pole a 1:30.997, nearly 0.6 of a second quicker than Joe Reed as it stands. Nice lap from Snacks there. We also have, who's that coming across the line? Ryan the Turbo's coming across the line with a 1:32. Have we got anyone else on fast laps at the moment? Is that Joe out on a fast lap, or is he just come out the pits? Not too sure. We'll keep an eye on Joe for the moment. Yeah, I could see that. Unfortunately, he got stuck behind Turbo. It was a good lap, James. Ash, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. Nope, Joe's coming in. AJ's on an out lap, so let's keep an eye on AJ for what he's gonna do. So, as it stands, with 6 minutes left of Q2, we have Snacks leading the way with a 1:30.997. Joe Reed with a 1:31. James Mason with a 1:31.7. UK Ian with a 1:31.8. Risky Andy with a 1:31.8. Dick Van Deen with a 1:32.3. So, away we go. AJ entering his hot lap. Don't forget, we lose the top, we lose 11 down to 15. As it stands, we have got Absy, Smokes, AJ, Doc Strange and Senna all in the bottom 5. Doc Strange and Senna have not done any laps as AJ spins on the... Oh, and he parks his car in the middle of the track. Should be okay. There's no one by him. It looks like we have Senna on a lap. Let's keep an eye on Senna as well. See what he does. Not sure if he's on a fast lap or if he's on a or if he's on his out lap. I don't think he's on an out lap. It usually tells you. So Senna has just done the fastest sector 1 out of everybody. Nice and tidy around the hairpin. The Aston Martin looks like it's racing really well. As I say, we've got 4 minutes left of the session. No, Rob. No, Dave. I haven't actually. Still learning. So Senna coming down to the fast left-hander into the chicane. Looks like he is on for a probably I'd say 1:32. But again, he has managed his ERS around the first lap. So this is going to be Senna's flying lap now. So he's done a warm-up lap, gone round, and we go from there. See you later, Antonio. Good luck to everybody. I'll let them know. So, as we have Senna on a flying lap around the S's. I love that track. I love this track for its for the fast S's. Yeah, I have, buddy. It's F1. It's not the It's not the steering wheel that's causing the problem. It's actually F1. Doesn't let me bind buttons I want to bind. Senna coming into the hairpin. I will get the track map back up on my screen for the race. I've lost it again. We'll get up in a moment once we've seen Senna's lap. Should have a bit of paper in front of me with the track. So Senna currently on with a fastest sector, purple sector 2 as well. So could Senna be the first one to break the 130s? As he comes across the line and a 1:31.2, that puts Senna second on the grid. Lost a little bit of time in sector 3 there. Good lap from Senna though, and puts himself in a great position for Q1. So let me just, while we're swapping over drivers, get the old track map back up on my screen. Good lap from Senna there. In the Aston Martin. So let's go down to the guys at risk. So we have got Sterling. He looks like he's out on his slow lap. Doc Strange as well at risk. Takes it wide. Oh, goes right. Just dived onto him at the right time there. Or the wrong time, should I say, for him. As he is all over the shop. He backs out of his lap. So we have also got Silver Hedgehog coming through Spoon as it stands. Down towards the start finish. Let's see what he can do. On his lap. As he comes across the line, does a 1:32. He has still got time though to put in another lap, but I don't think he will. He looks like he's backed out. So Doc Strange, is he on a flying lap now? No, he's not. So Smokes is on a flying lap. So let's keep an eye on Smokes. Not sure. He is the driver at risk as he comes into the hairpin. And we've got a good 4-second gap. Snacks goes fastest of the session with a 1:30.2. So he is working his way down towards the 1:29s. He's in a very good position to take pole position. So, as Smokes comes across the line, or he takes it a little bit wide on the exit of the chicane, crosses the line and betters his own time by nearly 0.8 of a second, but still stays 15th on the grid. AJ looks like he just got across the line at the right time, so let's keep an eye on him. He's on a new set of soft tyres, so he is on his on the last chance to get into Q3. It looks like we've lost Sterling 06. He's not improving. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. It's just, I think, one of the guys moving over. We've got yellow flags in sector 1, 2 and 3 now. Hopefully this doesn't affect AJ's run as he comes down towards the hairpin. Turn 11. Through turn, the long sweeping right-hander, turn 12. And then into Spoon. Turns 13 and 14. And then down towards the start-finish. Looks like a good lap from AJ. Looks like his teammate tried to help him out there as well and get a bit of a slipstream as AJ comes across the line. Will it have helped? 13th place, unfortunately for AJ, no difference. Good bit of team play by the Ferraris there. That's my plan tonight, Dave, to be totally honest with you, buddy. I think I've figured it out. I just need to I just want to make sure I get it in my head, if I'm honest. That's the kind of plan. So that is the end of Q2. And we are awaiting Q1. Unlucky, James. Good effort, buddy. Good effort. Good effort by the Ferrari boys to try and get them across. No, depends on the numbers. Depends on the numbers, Dave. All depends on the numbers. If the numbers are there, then I'll do something. If not, then we'll see. So, there is the official standings for your Q2. And again, Snacks takes the provisional pole. Risky Andy with a decent time. Ryan Woodson, Senna, Absy, Joe Reed, James Mason, UK and Dick Van D and Turbo are the guys going through to Q3. So it'll be an interesting race, this one. The cloud is passing, and we've got brighter skies in the distance there, as you can see. Q3 is underway, and we are going to have the Haas again of Dick Van Deen coming out. Some unsafe releases in the pit lane as well. Brilliant work there by the pit teams. Always good to see. So it looks like we have a few people out on track already. UK Ian and Snacks, both McLarens out. James Mason, Ryan. Let's stick on board with let's go round with Risky Andy as he finished P2. Good result. Yeah, give it a go, Andy. Oh, you did it right. Good laps, Andy. So it's one of them that he tried. That's the main thing. I'm as tired today as I'm tomorrow. I'm not making it out. I'm sure you'll be all right. I'm sure you'll be okay. So we have UK Risky Andy coming round for his first lap of his qualifying session. Let's see what he can do. Let's keep an eye on him. So around the S's, this is turns 3, 4, 5, 6 and turn 7, the Dunlop curve. I was right. And unfortunately, he hits the barrier, damages front wing. Hard. Unlucky there. That's not good, Dave. Right, let's jump out across to Dick Van Dien, who he looks like is the lead car for us. We've probably also got Joe Reed and Absy just behind. So it looks like Dick Van Dien will be the first one, as always, to set the first lap. As he sets the fastest purple sector. This is going to be the benchmark. 8 minutes left of Q3. Comes across the line and does a 1:32. I've just realised I've not got any of the stuff on the screen. So, who else we got coming across the line? Let's keep an eye on these two. I think these two are working together. The two Red Bulls have come out. IRL Snacks goes 1:29.963. Looks like Joe is going to be the catapult for Absy down the long straight, or has Absy backed off? Joe's just done the purple sector 1. Looks like Absy's backed off. UK in with a 1:31.1. Dick Van Dien 1:30 bang on. James Mason with a 1:32.2. Snacks has put in an absolute blinder of a lap there. So let's see what Joe can do. As he heads down towards turn 15. Hard on the brakes into the chicane. And across the line, doing a 1:31.7. Let's go down to Absy and see what he does. As he comes across the line, doing a 1:40. Turbo is in the wall at turn 9. Such a horrible turn in if you hit that curve wrong. Who else have we got on the track? It looks like everybody. You got a controller back. Why did you go back to controller? Turbo's been disqualified from the session. Ah, nightmare for Turbo. So Turbo will be starting. So let's stick with Risky Andy again. I couldn't tell that you was on controller, if I'm honest, mate. So I think the Red Bulls use the slipstream for each other, or trying to use a slipstream, because they are again just in front. It looks like they are. So I think if we went to Absy, coming across the line, there we go, using the slipstream at 1:31.7. So the two Red Bulls working together. Pull the muscle in your lower arm, struggling into big time turning. Oh man. So Ian has got a injury. Currently sitting second though, the two McLarens. Right, let's get over to a Risky Andy. Last time he was on board with him, he put his car into the wall at turn 7, the Dunlop curve. It's a better line this time. Round Degner curve, turn 8. under the bridge towards the hairpin, turn 11. And then down towards Spoon. Clips that curb on the left on the first, on turn 13, keeps it tight, lets the car go out, keeps it then tight back in. Nice turning from Risky Andy. Coming down towards the fast left-hander, flat out. So there's a purple sector 2 for Risky Andy, so will he get across the line? And take provisional pole? No, he won't. That's a 1:31.3. I think the F1 game. I think the game when it says purple sector 1 actually means it's your fastest ever through the bend. So here we go. So this is Dick Van Dien on a flying lap. Senna is on an out lap somewhere on the track, so let's keep an eye on Senna, because he hasn't done a fast lap yet. So is he saving himself till the end of the session when the track really ramps up? As we see from last week from Joe, getting a fantastic run in quali and putting himself right up there. Ryan Wootton has just separated the two McLarens, who I'm guessing will be coming out of the pits any time now. We have got one of the McLarens coming out. So Dick Van Dien around Spoon. It's funny the tactics people use, whether they come in early or they start early or start late. It's always interesting. So Dick Van Dien around the chicane. Looks like a quick lap from Dick Van Dien actually. Across the line, doing a 1:31.2. Puts himself in 4th place. Good lap from him. So we have got. Oh, apologies, I just hit the Windows button on my keyboard. So Abs is on an out lap. We've got everybody, well, a few people coming out on out laps now. Let's keep an eye on Absy. Actually, we'll go to Senna because he is on a flying lap. Nice exit there from Spoon from Senna. Comes down towards the chicane. This is his first lap and probably only lap. Across the line, puts himself second on the grid with a 1:30.5. Good lap from Senna. 22 seconds to go. Joe Reed just coming across the line on a so let's keep an eye on Absy. Joe Reed's just behind him. We've also got UK Ian and Snacks out on the flying laps. Naturally, we can probably get over to Ian. Snacks, he's just in front of everybody. We'll then drop back to Absy and we'll watch them all come across the line. Apologies, controller playing up. What was going on there? So Snacks doesn't look like he's going faster at the moment, but you never know. No, he's binned his lap off. So let's go to Abzi, who is on a fast lap. As Abzi comes across the line and puts a 1:31.5. Let's go to Joe Reed, who's just behind him. Joe looks like he's not going any quicker. So the only one that's left is UK Ian. And he's up on his current time. So he could go into the top. As he comes across the line, of third place for him, a 1:30.6. Good lap from Ian. So that looks like everybody. So there it is. That is Q1 over. Snacks takes pole position, I think for the second week running, if I remember rightly. Or was he second? I can't remember last week. Well done to Snacks. Great qualifying session for him and the McLaren team. Both again on the front two rows. So there you have it. You have IRL Snacks with 1:21.9, Senna with a 1:35, 1:30.5, UK in with a 1:30.6, Joe Reed with 1:30.7, Ryan Wootton 1:30.9, Abzi with a 1:31.054, James Mason with a 1:31.2, Dick Van Dien with a 1:31.2. 5-3, Risky Andy unfortunately with 1:31.3, and unfortunately for Turbo getting disqualified for staying on the track. Please, nobody ready up is the call when as the race goes. Good luck to everybody. Please do not ready up, as we are about to go racing at Japan. And it is raining. There we go. It was coming. We knew it was coming. We have a wet start to the Japanese Grand Prix. We are at round 6 of the DSL League. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want to be involved in this league in the future. Go and join the Discord in the link for the stream on Facebook. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and on Twitch. And I'm your host, Supermain. Doing the commentary for this league. James, we'll have a little chat, mate, and we'll go through the your issues, buddy. I'm sure we can get it sorted. So we're just waiting for all the players to sort out their all their setups and probably put the intermediate tyres on. This will be an interesting start. Interesting start to the race. We're just waiting for everybody to get themselves ready. And we will have a formation lap followed by, I can't remember how many laps it was. Is it 30 something laps? Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Definitely good luck. So we have the formation lap. And we'll run through the grid shortly. So IRL Snacks is on the pole position, followed by the Aston Martin of DSL Senna. Third place is UK in the McLaren. Fourth place Joe Reed in the Red Bull. Ryan Wootton in the Alpha Tauri. In fifth, Abzi in sixth. James Mason in the Ferrari in seventh. Dick Van Dien in the Haas in eighth. Risky Andy also in the Alpha Tauri in ninth. Turbo in the Williams in 10th. Sterling in the first Mercedes in 11th. Silver Hedgehog 12th in the Alpine, in the first Alpine. AJ in the second Ferrari 13th. Doc Strange in the Alfa Romeo 14th. So Smokes in the second Mercedes 15th. BXR in the Alfa Romeo 16th. Your Lamb in the Williams 17th. Slater in the Alpine 18th, and Arsenal Dragons in the final as he spins on his warm-up lap 19th. Everybody will be waiting for him. So, are you ready, guys? Which is going to be a fantastic race. A fantastic race in the in the DSL League, round 6 from Japan. 10 minutes of rain, 7 to 8 laps of rain. That's what I think it is. So we are just waiting for everybody to get around. We're just waiting for AFC Dragons. You can see him there, just coming to the back. Cars are waiting on the grid. They'll be losing valuable tyre temperature, which is not what they want at this stage. So it looks like everybody is there. Cannot see all the lights, unfortunately, as we can. The fifth light is on, and away we go for round 6 of the DSL League. UK or DSL Senna gets a great start coming into turn 1, and it looks like we have everybody through safely. DSL Senna takes a great start to lead the race. Don't think we have any issues as it stands at the moment. We have got a yellow flag in sector 1. I think there might be just a little off-track moment. As we come through to turn 8 and 9 already, first lap. We have a clean getaway at the start of the race. Snacks right up behind Senna. We have, which looks like UK Ian could have potentially dropped out. See if I can get him back in. Can't see you online a minute. So we're on board with UK Senna coming down to Snacks right up behind him. Will Snacks make a move up the inside? Don't think he will, as it's quite early in the race. As he's pushing Senna along, we've got Senna, followed by Snacks, followed by Joe Reed, followed by Absy and Dick Van Deen. Looks like we're all through safely. Let's see if we can get Ian back in. Ian, I can't see you, mate. Fortunately, let me know. You might need to reset. So, as it stands, lap 13 for a one-stopper. If you are doing a two-stopper. Snacks has taken a lead. Unfortunately, we didn't see that. But we have got what it looks like to be will Snacks now start to move away from Senna. Senna got a fantastic start. Let me know when you've restarted, mate, and I'll get you back in. I'll try and get you back in. So Snacks looks like he's built a little bit of a lead. And Senna and Joe Reed have pulled away from Absy by the looks of it. Not strange, there's a 3-second time penalty. Snacks is starting to pull away from these two in second and third. I've sent you an invite, mate. So it looks like the minute Absy looks like he's struggling a little bit. He's got Dick Van Deen and Risky Andy right behind him, and Ryan Wootton. Is he holding up this little pack of cars behind him? Just keep an eye on these guys. Got my work. Let us know if you've got back in, mate. I'm guessing you have. So let's go back. Looks like Dick Van Deen and Risky Andy. Oh, it's Risky Andy. Looked like he was going to take a dive up the inside. Don't know why they put this camera in this on this. So let's go back up to DSL Senna and Joe Reed, because Joe Reed is quite close to Senna as he backs away. Absy looks like he's pulled a 5/10 gap. There's a looks like we've got his epoxy camera, Risky Andy and Dick Van Deen, and then also is that Ryan Wootton trying to go around the outside on turn. Great move by him. Unlucky to Dick Van Deen. Looks like he's losing some places now. Also got alongside him Sterling. Dick Van Deen went a little bit backwards there. As Risky Andy probably was getting held up. I Dick Van Deen. Dean. Let's just call him Dean from now on. It's a bit of a tongue twister. We've got Senna. We've got Joe and Senna going around Spoon. Let's keep an eye on these two as they're quite close together. We're on lap 4:27. Races looks like it's getting into a pretty decent rhythm at the moment, with rain looking like it could die off shortly. Don't think Joe's going to go for the move, but these guys have pulled a bit of a bit of a lead now on Abzi. We've got Dick Van Dien with Sterling right behind him, and also the Ferrari of James Mason. Dean's not loving these conditions as it stands, as Sterling tries to go around the inside. Oh, Dean touches Sterling and puts Sterling. Did Sterling get damaged there? Sterling looks like he managed to survive the damage. Dean's got a 10-second penalty. UK in up to 12th after losing connection. Lots of action happening all over the track. This is always a great track as AJ goes wide and Ian puts his McLaren up the inside of turn 8 and 9. Let's jump back up to the front and just see where we are with Senna and Joe. Senna's safety car is out. Who's gone off the track? Sterling has unfortunately retired, I think. We have a safety car on lap 4. We'll bring the gap, we'll bring the pack close together. On lap 6 of 27. So let's get up the place changes as it stands right now. So we have got Joe Reed up 2. Senna looks like he's gone into the pits. Let's keep an eye on them tyres as well. No, I'm going to be changing tyres. So we have got Joe Reed up 2, Abzi up 3 positions, Risky Andy up 5. Good start from Andy. Ryan sticking where he was at the start. James Mason up 1, Doc Strange up 7 places. Good start from him. Silver Hedgehog 4, so Smokes up 6, UK in down 7 and Senna down 9. I think after the pit stop. UK Slater up 6, so a good start from him as well. BXR up 3, Arsenal Dragons up 5, Your Lamb up 2, Turbo down 6, Dean down 9 and AJ down 5, so them guys are obviously going into the pits. Let's have a look at the pit stops. So we've had 3 stops so far, Senna, Dean and AJ. Could this be a 2-stop strategy from these guys? Depends on this rain. Looks like the rain could be dying off a little bit. It's very hard to tell. Very hard to tell. Needed the safety car. So I think we'll have one more lap under the safety car and the safety car should come in. Let's see how we go. So after lap 7, Snacks is still in the lead of this race after a good start by Senna. Unfortunately, was unable to hold the flying Snacks. We've got Joe Reed up to second, Absy third, and Ryan Woodson fourth. Doc Strange now up to fifth. Does have a time penalty as well. And the track looks to be drying out. It looks like the rain has stopped. The rain does look like it stopped there. So we're going to have more drama shortly, no doubt. Yeah, I bet he is. How you doing, Fudge? Hope you're well, buddy. It looks to me like the track's drying out. I don't know if I'm going a bit crazy, but it does look to me like the track's drying out a little bit. Race control has just signalled that the safety car is in this lap. So on lap 7, Snacks will now take control of the pack. And there is definitely no more rain in sight. So we will be going over to slick tyres shortly. As Snacks now takes the race and go. Does exactly what he did in the race on Friday. Takes the pack away. And gets a great start on the safety car. Him, Snacks, Joe Reed, Absy, everyone got caught napping on that safety car restart. UK in up to 6th, right behind Sir Smokes. So UK in after a disconnection. Once the rain stops, it's usually 3 laps before the tyres back to slicks. It's definitely stopped raining. So I can see we will be getting tyres soon. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. Looks like your Lamb maybe. So Doc Strange sitting 4th place. Who's gonna blink first? We'll keep our eye on Snacks as to when he goes in. Unlucky Ben. Just one of them things, buddy. So we are definitely having another lap, but it looks to me as Joe has just gone into the pits. So Joe is taking the he's going on to the mediums. So let's see what sort of pace Joe has got on the slicks. We've also got Ian coming into the pit, so we've got a couple of people. It does look like it's a dry track because we've got pit stops happening all over the place. Doc Strange has also appeared, UK Ian, Dick Van Dien, and they've all jumped on to the hard tyres. So that some of these look like they could be trying to go to the end. So let's keep an eye on UK Ian and Joe. Let's keep an eye on Joe for the moment. He was the first. He was the first to jump over to the tyres. He's on the mediums, so this will be a good indication of where we're at. But the track 100% looks dry now. And we'll see what sort of lap times we're going to get. Will Joe, with jumping, with Joe going early, will he be able to overcut or undercut? I can't ever remember. Undercut Snacks with a set of It looks like actually Snacks is going to go round again. I'm surprised at that. Snacks has done a 138. Snacks, I'm surprised he's still on the wets. Senna's just done a 137 on a set of hards. So Senna coming even earlier. So actually, Senna, when did he come in? Didn't see that one happen. So actually, Ryan has just done a 136.7. So we had a couple of people come in earlier. Didn't see them pit stops happen. So Senna is going to be taking the lead of this race. He is absolutely charging down. Did he go into hards then? I didn't think he didn't see that. I didn't see that. So Senna has made the early call, made the even earlier call to go onto the hards, and he is absolutely flying at the moment. Snacks has got to go. Did Snacks go in as well? Snacks has not gone in. Let's get the tyres up. No, so the only people left on the intermediates is Snacks and the Smokes. So Snacks has got to come in now, surely. So Senna is going to take the lead of this race. Great call by Senna and the Aston Martin team to go in earlier. Senna puts in a 136.1 on them hards. James Mason does a 135.2 on the mediums. So the mediums have taken to the track a little bit better than the hards have at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on these lap times. So, is there enough in these hard tyres to take you to the end of the race is the question. Snacks has come out in 6th place. He hasn't done too bad, but has got a lot of time to make up. It's quite a short pit lane here. We've got UK Ian, Doc James, Silver Hedgehog and Dick Van Deen all with penalties. So Senna followed by James and Andy. There's Joe Reed in 4th place as it stands. So we had a couple of early pit stoppers and didn't see them actually happen. So did they go in a lap earlier? Let's have a look at when they stopped. So I'm sure stops. So yeah, so these guys, the early guys under the safety car, did go in for hards. It just didn't give us the right data when we checked checked it. So we've got Snacks and Ian. DRS is enabled as well. We'll just keep an eye on this. I'm not sure, Dave, to be honest with you. Really not sure. Track cutting. So we're on lap 12 of 27. I mean, what a difference this race has been to the last two so far. And the action all over the track. So will Ian pick up a good tow from Snacks down to the chicane? Snacks is definitely one of the fastest on the track at the moment, so we just keep an eye on him, see what's going on with him. as these guys are about to pick up Ryan as well at the same time. And they have absolutely... Snacks has caught him up super quick. So coming into the main straight, and Snacks should get DRS here and pull the 1 second gap. Snacks does the fastest lap. There we go. Good move down the inside, round turn 1. What a move by Snacks. Love to see that. Absolutely love to see that. So Snacks has 4 seconds to make up. Let's go down to these guys, Arsenal Dragons and AJ. He just missed that overtake. Ian with another 3 second time penalty. So it looks like AJ is now making some progress, and he looks like he's pulling in some smokes by the looks of it. Just keep an eye on these two, Mercedes and the Ferrari drivers. We've got Absy coming up on Slater as well. Will Absy make a move on the hairpin? Oh, Absy, was that Slater's just gone off the track at the hairpin there. Let's Absy through. Easy overtake for Absy. So as I say, coming into AJ closing down to smokes in the Mercedes pretty quickly. Can he stay within the DRS zone? We've got UK Ian also. Looks like he's just... Oh, I thought they clipped then. These two fighting around the S's. Ryan not giving away that place easy. Doc Strange with another 3 second time penalty. Such an easy turn in that turn 9 to get wrong. So Absy's also had Arsenal Dragons at the same time. We've got... Let's just quickly go back to these two. Oh, who's that? Is that Absy? Oh, Absy just gets it wrong. Looks like he saved himself from major damage there. Let's go back up to Ian and Ryan. As Ian is right up alongside Ryan again. Can he get a good run out of the chicane? Also known as the Casio Triangle. Ryan got a good drive out of the chicane there, and unfortunately for Ian, was not able to catch him up. Silver Hedgehog with a set of penalties as well, as Doc Strange has a spin at turn 1 again. Doesn't, luckily on this track there's lots of room for runoffs, so you do not get a any major issues. I say we'll stay with this battle. This is the battle on the track at the moment for 6th place. The interesting question is, can the hards of Senna hold out to the end of the race? We'll check to see in a moment what how many laps his tyres have done. We have another yellow flag. Looks like it's smokes, I think, in the Mercedes. Let's see if Ian can get any closer. Snacks has just done the fastest lap of the race. He's closing in on Joe Reed. Senna's holding a decent gap to James Mason. We have a yellow flag in sector 1. I think we're actually now getting close to the back markers, so it's Slater. So let's go up to Senna. He looks like he's coming to the first person to lap, which is Slater, unfortunately. Senna, he's holding a decent 4-second gap to James, having another cracking drive this race. Behind James is Andy, then followed by Joe Reed. With Snacks following behind him. And then behind them is Ryan and Ian. And as Ian has a little spin, unfortunately for him, just cannot seem to get it right. So let's jump to these guys in 10th place. Absy just coming up to try and overtake AJ for 10th place. Absy's making hard work of this race today. He's got a good run down towards the chicane though. He's got way more speed. Into the chicane. Across the line, and Absy takes 10th as he's just got to defend now for a lap against AJ, which he does nicely. So sector 1, we have is that the Dick Van Deen? It is, it's Dean in the barrier. In the hat. Oh, unfortunately for him. What's happened there? So let's go and have a look at... Oh, as Dean hits the wall again and he's off the track and into the barrier. Wow, what a track! What a accident that was. Dean has retired from the session. Will that bring out a safety car? I think this is going to bring out a safety car. Is he going to bring out a safety car? We'll keep an eye. Or will the marshals be able to remove that car? It's not what we want for Senna. Senna's having a great race. Patrick, how you doing, buddy? Senna having a great race. And with the perfect strategy, as Senna has just gone off and hit the wall. James Mason now takes the lead. Senna's also got damage to his front wing. Oh, devastating for Senna. As Joe Reed comes past him and takes the takes second place. Oh, it's absolutely gutting for Senna. Just as we come over to say how much of a great race he's having, the commentator's curse strikes again. Senna may have to come into the pits after that accident. Such an awful corner, that one. Joe Reed, second place. So James Mason has now taken the lead of this race. We are on lap 18 of 27. We have 9 laps remaining, or actually 8 laps remaining because we're on lap 19. Senna, I think, has gone into the pit, so Snacks now up to 3rd place. He is 2 seconds behind Joe, so he is closing in on Joe quite nicely. So after a longer stint on the intermediate tyres at the beginning of the race, Snacks is now making that time back up. As you can see, Joe in the distance, and I reckon we will be within striking distance of Joe, or Snacks will be in striking distance of Joe in about 2 laps time on the current pace he's showing. I'm sorry, Senna, that was the commentator's curse. Absolute commentator's curse. UK Ian has pulled up to Ryan, so as Ryan had a problem, Ryan's lost his front wing. He's not yielding that position, which I'm amazed at. Ian goes round the inside. Just got to that one in time. Not sure what's happened to Ryan. As Ryan's obviously gone off the track somewhere. As he's right up behind Ian. He won't be able to keep that pace around this around the spoon curves. James is in the pits. So the medium tyre runners are in the pits. They're putting on a set of softs. So we're going to have some real interesting racing now. Snacks has now retaken the lead of this race on a set of hards. Will them soft tyres last 7 laps is the question. We have got James with UK Ian right on his tail on a set of hard tyres. This will be where it shows. Are the hard tyres going to hold out? Let's quickly get the tyre details up. So Snacks is on a set of 9 lap old hard tyres. James Mason's obviously just gone to the softs. UK Ian's on a set of 11 lap old hard tyres. Risky Andy on a set of mediums, only 2 laps old. Joe Reed just gone to a set of softs as well, so he's 20 seconds behind the leader. We've got 7 laps remaining of this race, and it's going to be an interesting run. You have seen there that James Mason has pulled a 2-second gap onto UK Ian. So Snacks has got 6 more laps to go. The lead he has got at the moment is 11 seconds. It's coming down a tiny bit, but will it be enough towards the back end of the race, knowing that them softs will die out after about 5 laps? Will he be able to maintain the pace? But the track has rubbered in, so suspect there could be some more twists and turns for this race, as UK Ian is losing ground on James Mason. So a couple of different strategies running here, as Joe is about 7 seconds behind Andy. So Senna's not lost out too badly. He's still on. He hasn't had his front wing changed, unfortunately, but he's on a set of new medium tyres. So that will be frustrating for him. He will be losing a lot of time, as we've got Smokes followed by Absy, sorry. These guys, none of these guys. Arsenal Dragons is out, and we have got a safety car as well. That is not what Snacks would have wanted, just going past the pit lane. This is going to throw the race into absolute this is going to change the race completely now. Is it a virtual safety car? Can't see the safety car on the track, so it could be a virtual safety car. I think it's a virtual. I think it's a virtual. Can't see the signs around the track. Let's keep an eye out. Yeah, it's a virtual safety car. Your Lamb has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, VSC. I thought we was talking about a safety car there. So I think we're back racing. Didn't even tell us when it had gone off. So Snacks. Still in the lead. He has got a 7-second lead over James. We've got UK Ian in third with a 12-second penalty. Looks like he has got Andy right behind him in fourth. He has Andy on a set of newer medium tyres. Ian moves over. He moves too many times there. He needs to be careful there. As Ian and Andy have a collision. I'm not sure what happened there. It was in the distance, a stupid camera. Not sure what happened there. I'm sure that will be something to be looked at under the stewards. As Joe now approaches these two on his 3-lap old soft tyres, so looks like we're going to have a good race between these three to the end. As Snacks is still 7 seconds ahead. We have 4 laps remaining of this race. As Joe is right behind Ian. He's going to have better tyres to make a move on a... Just thought he might have taken a move down the inside on the chicane. Might have a bit of a DRS train here. They don't. Depends on how much charge. Joe's got 14% of ERS. Ian moves over to defend Joe. Moves back to the racing line. Joe goes round the outside. Some great racing by these guys. As Absy's just put a fast lap of racing. Joe looks to overtake Ian. As Doc Strange has another 3-second penalty. He's absolutely banging in the penalties here. As it stands, Snacks is leading the way. Joe moves over and goes round the outside of turn 12. Oh, he nearly touched. He doesn't make a move into Spoon. Ian holding on at the moment. Both these guys using their ERS. I thought they were going to go side by side there into turn 15. Will Joe be later on the brakes? I don't think he will, because Ian is always pretty good on the brakes. On board with Ian. Looking to see Joe. Joe seems to have backed off. Great defending by these guys. As Joe then catches up again on the S-curves. Ian runs wide. Oh, I thought he was going to take out Joe. He manages to control it. Joe takes 4th place from Ian. Next, can Ian hold on? Are them tyres, them hard tyres starting to go off is the question. Yeah, it could do with being a DRS zone, couldn't it? So coming down the back straight, we are on lap 26 of 27, so Snacks will be taking Snacks is still 7 seconds in the lead. A well controlled, well driven race by Snacks. James Mason is second. Risky Andy is 3rd, with Joe Reed 4th. UK Ian 5th, Ryan Woodson 6th, Smoke 7th, Senna, and that's Absy off the track there. Maybe a collision between Senna and Absy, and Absy's having a little bit of a nightmare as coming past them. Didn't see the full issue there. So, was that an incident there? Was that an incident? So, we've lost Joe. So, did Joe have a spin? We must have lost Joe. Joe's now behind Ian and Andy. So, Joe might have had a spin. So we are now on the final lap of the race. Let's keep an eye on our race leader. Yeah, it was a bit of a dangerous. It is a bit of a dangerous one, isn't it? So Snacks, credit to Snacks, has driven an absolute fantastic race. Started on pole position and run probably one of the best races out of everybody. Made the decision to go a little bit later onto the hard tyres when everyone went a little bit earlier. And although he was back in the pack, he's worked his way through because of pit stops and stuff like that. Some pit stops, and for people that went onto tyres earlier on and then jumped onto soft tyres towards the end of the race. And although you would have expected the guys that had changed onto the softs and mediums to probably pull in this Snacks on the 16-lap old hard tyres, they haven't. And now them soft tyres look like they could be going off. As James Mason's fallen 9 seconds behind, or is he just bringing it home, which I suspect he is. As Snacks comes across through the last corner and across the line to take the round 6 Japanese Grand Prix. Here's your second place, James Mason. Another great drive from him in second. And Andy coming round the chicane now. Another good drive by Andy as well. Across the line to take third. UK Ian 4th. Joe Reed might take 4th because of penalties from Ian, which he does. Ryan Woodson coming across the line. Again, I don't know how many penalties Ian had, so he might even lose another place. No, Ryan Woodson comes across the line in 6th. So Smokes comes across the line in 7th. A great drive from him. And then your 8th place, AJ. Good drive by him as well. As he comes across the line. in 8th. Abzi, bit of a mixed emotion race for him, I'm sure, as he takes 9th. Doc Strange, I'm suspecting, will drop down the pack from penalties that he has. As Senna comes across the line, takes 10th from Doc from the penalties. 11th place is Doc. VX takes 11th, and then the rest we will confirm shortly. Great racing, everybody. Well done, everybody. No worries, guys. No worries, Snacks. As always, it's a pleasure. Good racing, guys. Very, very good racing. There is your race lead, your race winner, Snacks. James Mason and Andy. Great job for everybody. Great job. 60% tyre wear for Snacks. Not bad. Good pace, mate. Did we see who got driver of the day? Didn't see who got driver of the day. I don't seem to get that, so let me know who got driver of the day. So there we go. Snacks, James Mason, Andy, Joe Reed, Ian, Ryan Wooten, Sir Smokes, AJ, Abzi, Senna, VXR, Turbo. Doc Strange end up down in 13th. Silver Hedgehog 14th. 16th Slater. Arsenal Dragons, Dick Van Dien and Sterling, the 3 non-finishers of the race. Great racing, everybody. We will up the league tables will be updated shortly. So please bear with. Don't forget to hit that like button and share button on this DSL, Twitch and Facebook page. For now, I'm going to be jumping over to my Facebook page. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you for watching. Good night, and we will see you next week in I will just confirm where next week you will see the guys as it starts to rain right at the end. So next week's race, we will see you at round 7 in Canada. But for now, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next round.